Ever wonder how a band like Pink Floyd, with its unique sound and style, came to be? As the story goes, it all began in the vibrant and bustling city of London in the mid-60s. The year was 1965, a time of cultural revolution and musical innovation, and it was in this dynamic backdrop that Pink Floyd was born. The band was the brainchild of a group of talented musicians who were drawn together by a shared passion for music and a desire to break boundaries. The original lineup included the enigmatic Syd Barrett, the visionary Roger Waters, the talented Richard Wright, and the steady Nick Mason. Later, the virtuoso David Gilmour would join the band, adding a new layer of complexity to their sound. Their music, especially in the early days, was characterized by a psychedelic and experimental sound that was unlike anything else at the time. Under Barrett's leadership, Pink Floyd crafted a unique sonic landscape that combined elements of rock, jazz, and classical music with innovative recording techniques and a keen sense of experimentation. Songs like Astronomy Domine and Interstellar Overdrive exemplified their early style. They were complex, multi-layered, and often unpredictable, reflecting the band's willingness to push boundaries and defy expectations. These early creations quickly garnered Pink Floyd a cult following, with their live performances becoming must-see events in London's underground music scene. But as with many bands, the path to success wasn't always smooth. Behind the scenes, tensions were simmering, and the band was on the brink of significant changes. Syd Barrett, the driving force behind Pink Floyd's early sound, was grappling with his own personal struggles. With Barrett's leadership, Pink Floyd began to leave their mark on the music industry, but things were about to change. As the 60s drew to a close, the band was about to embark on a new chapter, one that would see them evolve from a cult psychedelic band into one of the most influential rock groups of all time. But that's a story for another time. Pink Floyd's evolution into a progressive rock powerhouse was not without its challenges. The year 1968 marked a significant turning point for the band as Syd Barrett, the initial creative force behind Pink Floyd, began to wrestle with mental health issues. His unpredictable behavior and disconnection from reality became increasingly apparent, both on and off the stage. This eventually led to his departure from the band, a painful yet necessary transition that would pave the way for a new era of Pink Floyd. With Barrett's departure, the band's sound began to evolve. The psychedelic whimsy that characterized their early work started to give way to a more progressive conceptual approach. Roger Waters and David Gilmour stepped up as primary songwriters, steering the band towards a sound that was as innovative as it was introspective. It was in the 70s that Pink Floyd truly came into their own. Albums like The Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here not only achieved commercial success, but also established Pink Floyd as pioneers of progressive rock. Their music, often exploring themes of alienation, greed, and the human condition, resonated with a generation yearning for something deeper than the status quo. Their live performances also became a spectacle to behold. Pink Floyd didn't just play music, they put on a show, complete with mesmerizing light displays and thought-provoking visuals. They were not just musicians, they were artists painting with sound and light. However, the success of the 70s was not without its tensions. Waters' growing influence as a songwriter and his vision for the concept album The Wall led to creative differences within the band. The unity that had once defined Pink Floyd began to crumble. As the 70s came to an end, so did the unity within Pink Floyd. The band that had once been a united front of creative forces was now a cauldron of conflicting ideas and personalities. Yet, even amidst the dissonance, their music continued to echo, shaping the landscape of rock music forever. The 80s brought a different kind of music to Pink Floyd, the sound of discord. The decade marked a period of intense friction within the band, particularly between Roger Waters and the rest of the group. Waters, the primary songwriter and conceptual leader, had grown increasingly controlling, leading to escalating tensions and creative disagreements. The band that had once harmonized so perfectly was now out of sync. As the friction intensified, so did the strain on their music. The once tight-knit group began to unravel, and in 1985, the inevitable happened. Waters, disillusioned and frustrated, announced his departure from the band. In his eyes, Pink Floyd was a spent force creatively, a sentiment that sparked a long and bitter legal battle over the rights to the Pink Floyd name. The departure of Waters was a significant blow to the band. However, the remaining members, David Gilmour, Richard Wright, and Nick Mason, were determined to keep the Pink Floyd legacy alive. Despite the odds, they decided to move forward, continuing to create music under the name that had become synonymous with progressive rock. In 1987, 2 years after Waters' departure, Pink Floyd released A Momentary Lapse of Reason. The album marked the band's first venture without Waters, a risky move that was met with both commercial success and critical debate. Fans and critics alike questioned whether Pink Floyd could truly exist without Waters. Yet, despite the controversy, the album proved that Pink Floyd was more than just one man, it was a collective force. The 80s ended with a drastically different Pink Floyd than the one that had entered the decade. Yet, through the discord and turmoil, the band had managed to reinvent themselves, creating a new sound that continued to resonate with fans old and new. Pink Floyd had weathered the storm, but the band was forever changed. The echoes of their Dissonance had left a lasting imprint, forever altering the course of their musical journey. Despite the fractures and fissures, Pink Floyd's music remained a testament to their resilience and enduring legacy. In 2005, Pink Floyd fans around the world held their breath as the band reunited for a single historic performance. The Live Aid charity concert served as a stage for what many thought would never happen: the reuniting of David Gilmour, Roger Waters, Richard Wright, and Nick Mason. For the first time in over 2 decades, the legendary quartet stood together again, under the banner of the iconic name Pink Floyd. It was an event that transcended music. The reunion was more than just a performance. It was a moment of healing for the band and a moment of celebration for the fans. The band, which had seen its share of creative differences, legal battles, and personal turmoil, set aside their differences for one night, one cause, and one shared passion: music. Pink Floyd's set at the Live Aid concert was a thrilling journey through time, with the band performing some of their greatest hits, including Wish You Were Here, Comfortably Numb, and Money. The performance was a testament to the band's shared history, their enduring talent, and the timeless appeal of their music. However, the reunion was tinged with a sense of melancholy. Richard Wright, the band's keyboardist and one of its founding members, was battling with health issues. His presence at the concert was both heroic and heartbreaking. The performance would be one of his last with the band. Just 3 years after the Live Aid concert, in 2008, Richard Wright passed away. His death marked the end of an era for Pink Floyd. Wright's distinctive keyboard sounds and his contributions as a songwriter were integral to the band's sound and success. His loss left a void that could never be filled. The Live Aid reunion was a momentary return to the glory days of Pink Floyd, a fleeting glimpse into the magic that these 4 musicians could create together. It was a reminder not just of what the band had achieved, but also of what they had lost and what they had overcome. Though the reunion was brief, it was a poignant reminder of Pink Floyd's enduring legacy. Pink Floyd's story is one of musical brilliance, creative turmoil, and a persistent quest for artistic expression. A saga that spans over 6 decades, their journey is a testament to the power of artistry and innovation in the face of adversity. From their genesis in the psychedelic 60s, Pink Floyd has always been more than just a band. They were visionaries, pioneers of a genre that transcended the norms of rock music. Their experimental approach to composition and their willingness to tackle profound and often controversial themes set them apart from their contemporaries. The legacy of Pink Floyd is not merely confined to the records they produced or the concerts they performed. Their influence permeates the very fabric of modern music. Their innovative use of concept albums and their groundbreaking work in sound design have inspired countless musicians, shaping the course of rock, progressive, and psychedelic music for decades. It's not just the music industry that has been touched by Pink Floyd's genius. Their exploration of existential themes, their critique of societal norms, and their bold commentary on the human condition have resonated with millions of fans around the globe. Their music has become a soundtrack for generations, a timeless testament to the universal human experience. Today, the music of Pink Floyd continues to captivate new audiences. Their albums, from the psychedelic wonders of Piper at the Gates of Dawn to the haunting beauty of The Wall, continue to be discovered and cherished by listeners of all ages. Their songs have withstood the test of time, their melodies still as poignant and powerful as they were when first released. Pink Floyd's journey has not been without its share of trials and tribulations. There have been feuds, splits and breakups. There have been periods of turmoil and tension, but through it all, their pursuit of artistic excellence never wavered. Their music, a testament to their indomitable spirit, continues to inspire and enthrall. Despite the feuds, splits and breakups, the music of Pink Floyd endures, echoing the band's enduring legacy in the annals of rock music.